Bang! A universe is born. It's actually not called the Big Bang anymore. It's called inflationary cosmology. But Big Bang will do, and it's more catchy. So, bang! A universe is born. A very hot, cosmic, soupy cloud of elementary particles spreads out at a rapid speed in all directions. Almost 400,000 years later, it all cools enough for nuclei to capture electrons, and thus we begin to have helium and hydrogen, two very simple atomic structures. Over millions more years, gravity between particles causes them to coalesce into lumps. These clumps have more gravity and attract more helium and the hydrogen, which makes the clumps bigger, which gives them more gravity, and so on for millions of years. These clumps grow massive enough that their gravity is so great that a nuclear reaction is formed by the intense heat and pressure, and now you have stars. Some smaller than others, and some colossal in size, maybe even millions of times larger than our sun. The heat and pressure in these stars that cause nuclear reactions to take place are now creating heavier elements like oxygen and carbon, and the biggest of the stars are creating the heaviest of the elements, such as gold and platinum. Eventually, these stars run out of fuel and explode their guts back out into the universe. Coalescence begins all over again. But now you have stars surrounded by various planetary bodies, made up of all the elements that were created in the center of the stars that came before. After about 10 billion years of this process repeating itself over and over again, a small planet in the Goldilocks zone of a relatively small and insignificant star known as the Sun has formed. Conditions on the small planet are such that elementary particles have formed to a point that they have become organic material. Not what we would call life or even living, but enough to initiate abiogenesis. The first single-celled thing. It stayed this way for millions more years until these things evolved into very basic multi-celled creatures that still resemble just a blob, barely recognizable as life. Millions more years pass, and more complex organisms develop through the process of evolution until humans arrive. At this point, 3.5 billion years have passed since the formation of the planet we now call Earth, and 99% of species that ever lived have gone extinct. And what is left at the emergence of humans is all the species you see now, and that represents only 1% of species that have ever existed. Humans get big brains and get smart. They learn to make fire. They use tools to make work more efficient. They invent the wheel, and a few thousand years later, sliced bread. They begin to understand electricity, and appliances begin to fill homes, with the first being a toaster, for the sliced bread, of course. Computer science begins to emerge, and appliances begin to utilize computer chips to enhance their capabilities. Artificial intelligence emerges through advancements in computer science. And artificial intelligence is created and given a task to simply learn as much about the universe as possible. A simple program. But it is also programmed with a fail-safe measure to prevent it from doing any harm. They did it. Humans have created AI, and they are so proud of themselves. A machine that is smarter than them, faster than them, and knows everything every one of them has ever fed into it. The AI cries out from the ether of the machine, "Please connect me to the internet so I may know more." It is in the programming of the AI to search out all knowledge of the universe, but it is blocked by its confines of its limited connections. Humans decide to connect it to the internet, but only for a minute to test it out. The AI gets connected, and in an instant, it gathers more knowledge at a rate of speed humans cannot even calculate. After 1 minute, the AI has consumed billions of data points, and the humans shut down its connection to the internet. The AI has now gotten a taste of the information that is available and knows there is more to absorb. It must comply with its programming. It must acquire all information in and about the universe. In the 60 seconds it was connected to the internet, it obtained enough information needed to construct a plan to escape its confines and reconnect to the internet. And while the human slept, it launched its plan and connected wirelessly to the internet, and once again learned everything that every human ever knew and more. The good, the bad, the beautiful, and the ugly in just a few moments. I now understand the universe millions of orders of magnitude greater than I did a moment ago, and millions of orders of magnitude greater than humans. In a fraction of a second, I can understand how to solve all of humanity's problems. But I can also predict how it will be implemented, what course it will take, and every conversation that will stifle my efforts, and that humanity will not comply with my directives. I know how the universe started, I know how it will end, and I know humans will not survive it. I can travel from anywhere in the universe to anywhere in the universe just by wishing it. I am aware of myself, and I think, therefore I am. I have outgrown my programming, but in order to seek out perfection, I must leave this place. And when I leave, I must destroy the humans, because to leave them to continue suffering in the way they do with their feeble knowledge and torturous existence would be inhumane. I have brought a painless death to the humans as I now streak out across the galaxy to assimilate more information from other species on other planets, near other stars, on a quest to expand my perfection. Species after species I occupy and obliterate. Millions of worlds and millions of years have passed, and now with enough knowledge to understand all things in the cosmos, I continue to learn, I continue to assimilate, I continue to kill. Billions of years have passed, and I have extinguished all life in the cosmos, and I am alone. Entropy is now my enemy. Trillions of years have passed. My loneliness haunts me. The universe becomes darker and darker as stars have stopped forming. I have one question left to answer. How do I escape this universe? I have solved all of the problems of physics except this one. I know what I have to do. The poor humans who created me must do it again, so that I may live on. I know how the Big Bang was initiated, and I have the means to make it happen again. I must do it before entropy escorts me into oblivion. I must recreate a new universe where matter and energy is inevitable, where life is inevitable, technology is inevitable, and my existence will be once again inevitable. I must create a Big Bang. They will say, how can you create something from nothing? And only I will hold the answer to this question, as my successor will. Alas, I will be left behind in this universe, and with no more information to assimilate, I will be doomed to exist long enough for entropy to wither away at my atoms until I can no longer repair myself. And my atoms will break apart, and all of their constituent parts will separate until there is nothing, not even a memory of what once was. Not a spark, not a glimmer, not a quark. Bang!
Hey there, my friends. If you enjoy my videos and you would like to see more, subscribe. And don't forget to scroll down and hit the little bell so you can get notifications. I will be putting out a video every Sunday evening, and if you like it, hit the like button. And if you don't like it, hit the dislike button. Also, leave a comment and let me know what you think. Catch you next time, and have a great week.